Tel Aviv in particular to scramble for the bomb shelters. The missile defense systems did their jobs. Multiple explosions in the skies over Tel Aviv. Several missiles did reach the ground. A parking lot was hit. No reports of injuries.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. The big question remains, will the U.S. get involved, doing more than just helping Israel shoot down missiles and drones?
Speculation's growing that President Donald Trump might help Israel destroy Iran's nuclear facilities. A move, says the Iranian Foreign Ministry, that would be a recipe for all-out war in the region. President Trump has distanced himself from the attacks so far, but hinted at greater involvement.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The president has called on Iran to surrender. There's no curfew anymore in Los Angeles. The mayor lifted it, citing less violence and destruction in the protests against illegal immigration raids. Now, President Trump deployed National Guard troops to deal with the demonstrations. A legal challenge to that went to an appeals court yesterday after a federal judge had ruled that the president exceeded his authority. The Justice Department disputes that, saying he has the right to act if there's a rebellion or danger of one.
Samuel Harbert, an attorney for California, stressing the law requires that the order to federalize the state's guard be issued, quote, through the governor.
And they circumvented the governor, who did not receive the order and who certainly did not issue it,
arguing the deployment violates the state's sovereignty.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. They celebrated last night in Miami on ice.
The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup.
Winning hockey's famous trophy on TNT, beating the same team a second year in a row. The Panthers routed the Edmonton Oilers 5-1 in Game 6. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
All threats are on the table. Your radar is clear. It's 72 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 84 today, but the weather is going to get a little bit rough. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. There is a chance that you could see severe weather move across the state later today.
We've got heat and a whole lot of moisture already in place, but we'll also have just some lift and some additional instability through the atmosphere, and as well as what we call shear.
That's National Weather Service forecaster Casey Fuson.
Damaging winds is going to be the main threat, but we can't rule out a tornado somewhere in the region, hail, and then we also have a threat for localized flooding.
And the timeline for the rough stuff to move across is late afternoon into the early evening. Calling on the Indianapolis mayor to quit.
Tonight, in this setting, I am calling for the resignation of Mayor Joe Hogsett.
That's Indianapolis City County Councilor Krista Carlino at a meeting Tuesday night.
And furthermore, I am calling for the resignation of our council president and vice president from their roles, from their leadership posts.
And Carlino was the head of the investigative committee who looked into sexual harassment claims by multiple women at the hands of Mayor Joe Hogsett's former right-hand man, Thomas Cook. Carlino is the fourth counselor to call on Hogsett to resign. Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton has a strained right calf. He'll have an MRI on the injury. Game 6 of the NBA Finals is Thursday night. And at Cambridge Fieldhouse last night.
Sheldon going coast to coast. And here's we got another break is here as J.C. Sheldon goes right after Sophie Cunningham.
That's a hard foul. That's a flagrant foul. And if they had taken care of the business earlier, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
On NBA TV, the Indiana Fever blowing out the Connecticut Sun Tuesday 88-71, but that wasn't the storyline. The storyline was 6 technical fouls, 3 ejections, and a cheap shot on Caitlin Clark. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It is 6:04.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month. Or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
All right. Looking at northbound 65 on the south side, looks pretty good right now from 465 up to the south split. That is a construction zone. And coming up this weekend, the southbound lanes of 65 are going to shut down beginning Friday night at 9 p.m. This is a full closure for the weekend only. It's southbound 65 from the south split to 465. Not today, but coming up this weekend starting late Friday night and then running through Monday morning. So we will not have that stretch of I-65 for us this weekend. Something to keep in mind. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
So I was in the middle of doing something, producer Carl, when you told me who we have for weather. So it's either Tara Hastings, or it's Marcus Bailey, or it's Drew Narsutis, or it's Ryan Morse, or it's the ghost of Randy Ellis. And Randy Ellis is very much alive and doing great work.
Yeah, he is. He is fine. Just fine.
So, Marcus
Morning,
Bailey.
Tony.
Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Good morning. Hey, keep an eye on some of these little isolated thunderstorms that have developed in western parts of the state. Slowly moving to the east. There might be a few downpours here when you're getting ready to head out for work this morning. Be aware of that. The potential for severe storms still exists, but I think that holds off until afternoon hours with a line of storms moving through. Damaging winds, primary concern. There may be a little bit of hail. Can't rule out a quick spin-up of tornado. That threat for severe weather should wind down around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. Today's high, 86. Even though the severe weather threat kind of wanes this evening, I think we'll still have some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the overnight hours. A low of 67, some leftover showers early Thursday morning. The rest of the day, partly cloudy, a little cooler, a high of 81. Sunday warmer, 86, and then some pretty intense heat this weekend. Should be dry, but hot Saturday and Sunday with highs into the low 90s.
Does dry mean no rain or does dry mean no humidity?
Okay, so dry means no rain, but it is going to be pretty muggy. So much so, I think Sunday's probably going to be the worst of the 2 days, but you're probably going to be talking about heat indices above 100, which would likely trigger some the high heat warning type of things for Sunday and probably early next week, too.
By the way, I haven't thought about no rain in a good long time. Girl in the bee costume and everything else?
Yes. The first
you know
thing
who
that
she
popped
grew
into
up to
my head.
be? Do you know who that girl in the bee costume grew up to be?
No.
Hillary Clinton.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We are chock full of information here on Tony Katz
Yep.
in the Morning News.
I learn a lot.
It's a true story. That's Marcus Bailey.
We'll see you.
Wish TV meteorologist. Hey, thank you for that. Appreciate it. 70 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:09.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
I know, it's a weird way to start the show, but I did it anyway. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What a pleasure it was. You know, I don't want to be mad at people who show up late to the party. I just want to say welcome. Krista Carlino, who I think has made bad decisions in the past, especially when it comes to policing. Saying it's time for Joe Hogsett to go.
Tonight, in this setting, I am calling for the resignation of Mayor Joe Hogsett. And furthermore, I am calling for the resignation of our council president and vice president from their roles, from their leadership posts.
That would be Vop Osley.
In this setting,
That would be Vop Ostley, the president of the council, and Allie Brown, the vice president of the council. We will note that the vice president, Allie Brown, has not said word one. She seemingly is okay with the impropriety, the sexual impropriety of the former chief of staff and Deputy Mayor Thomas Carl Cook, and with that of the Mayor Joe Hogsett in his hiring and rehiring of Cook, and then, of course, what Hogsett did himself with his very, very creepy texts. Oh, no, I don't think they went over the line. I'm Joe Hogsett, and I'm running from something. That's my Joe Hogsett impression. I would do a better Joe Hogsett impression, but it just turns out I'm not capable of acting that incapable. So good on you. Counselor, you also should have called for the resignation of Jesse Brown. Why? Because you don't like my Twitter posts? That's what he said yesterday. Well, your Twitter posts are trash, mostly because you support communists and Hamas. I mean, that's reason enough. No? You retweet tongue-in-cheek posts about how you shouldn't attack ICE agents or put in false reports, I should say, to disrupt their activities. We see you. You're not cute. You're just not. We see you, and it's unimpressive, and it's just terrible. Joe Hogsett must know by now, and I know he listens to the show every single morning, he must know by now that he's just not wanted. He's an embarrassment to the city. He has been for years. Only now are we starting to hear the call for his resignation. It's about time. Where are the civic leaders? Where are the business leaders? Where are the women? I don't know. But if it takes embarrassing them to do this, okay. I would rather they came to their senses and did it on their own. Indianapolis deserves better. And Joe Hogsett is far from better. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Yeah, you heard Marcus Bailey. It's going to get hot. It's going to get ridiculous hot. And you're going to want to make sure that you've got a system in your house that can take care of everything you need. That's Masters Heating and Cooling, taking care of you, keeping your family cool all summer long. I'm a Masters Heating and Cooling customer. Enjoyed the experience that I've had with Masters. David, the general manager, that whole team. Very, very solid people. When there's an issue, they take care of it. If something goes wrong, they'll come back and make sure everything is in tip-top condition. They'll take care of the service. And, of course, if you need a new system, they take care of that installation. And they've got very, very flexible financing options. So whatever it is you need to get done, Masters Heating and Cooling has got you covered. And whenever you need them, because they offer 24-hour emergency services, all available to you right now. Masters Heating and Cooling. You should talk to them today. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
This is Gary Dick, Eli Lilly and Company, with another acquisition at 632, brought to you by the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with labor as district council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Matt Bear with traffic.
Everything looking pretty good on the northeast side as we check northbound 465 through the Clear Path construction project. Wide open right now from East 56th Street up to Allisonville Road. And inbound 69, part of the same construction, looking good. 82nd Street to 465. By the way, that Clear Path construction should wrap up at the end of the year. Westbound 70 good from downtown out to Indianapolis International Airport with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by Cancer Support Community. Don't miss Laughing Matters featuring Howie Mandel on July 12th at Old National Center in downtown Indy. The show benefits Cancer Support Community. Get tickets and details at oldnationalcenter.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves, what is that right now? 70 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center already. The time is 6:16.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, it's their home improvement season sale. What an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. If you've been thinking about upgrading your windows, now is the time to act. You can get payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. This gives you a full year to enjoy the comfort, savings, and curb appeal before you ever make a payment. Universal Windows Direct will come out to your home and do a free in-home window and energy assessment so you can see exactly where your home's losing energy and how much you could be saving. Give my friends at Universal Windows Direct a call. Schedule your free assessment and take the first step towards a more comfortable, energy-efficient home. Call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. Universal Windows Direct. UniversalWindowsDirect.com, 317-659-7574.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb,
and we are going to climb them.
You have dreams, and we're here to help you chase them. You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Guys, looking for a Father's Day gift that will give Dad an extra boost of health and energy he needs to live his best life? Low T Center is offering free weight loss consultations and free T tests as a special offer celebrating dads. Treatment is personalized and most major insurance is accepted.
With the freedom to choose in-center care or at-home treatment, you're helping put Dad back in control of his health. Now, until the 21st, enjoy a free B12 shot when you stop in for TRT and weight loss. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Our show, Expedition Retirement, now has a new name. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Trump is pushing Iran to surrender. This is not something that the Ayatollah has in mind. Putting out that the battle will begin, and the post on X, I'm going to leave on X, but I took the post with references in it. As a call to radicalized Muslims to begin the attack. That's how I took his post. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. The word was that President Trump was going to address the nation last night. Then the White House called a full lid at about 7 p.m. and saying, okay, I guess that's not going to be the case. The word on the street certainly has been that Trump is not afraid to move forward with at least dropping these bunker busters on these nuclear sites, whether that is Natanz and seeing if any other parts of that needs to be destroyed. This place called Fordow, which is built into the mountain, Fordow. And then this rumor that there is another site. And possibly there is an underground facility underneath Tehran, the capital of Iran, or Iran, depending on how you want to say these things. And maybe that's why Trump told people to evacuate Tehran, which was one heck of a thing to put on social media. The leader of the free world just told you in your city, you should leave now. The Israelis are continuing their attack. Iran was still able to send over ballistic missiles. Where are we at? What exactly are we seeing? That's the question. What is it that's coming next? And the answer is, I do not know. And I am not surprised that the level of secrecy here, not telegraphing what the next move might be from the United States, not surprised by that at all. The Iranians have very, very few moves. And one thing we have not seen is anybody else jumping into the fray. Allegedly, there have been planes from China coming in to offer support to Iran. Can't necessarily confirm that. You have the Russians taking a look at their future with Iran, and that future is not good. This is Bloomberg. Russia watches the Israel-Iran crisis with few tools to intervene because of everything between Russia and Ukraine. They don't have the manpower. And it was just earlier this week, a Russian drone and missile attack on Ukraine killed 15 people and injured 116. Something that isn't getting any coverage at all because all eyes are here. I don't play much into the World War III conversations. I always think that stuff is weird in that you seem to be wanting the hyperbole and not the story. Me, I want the story, and I want the story alone. I really have no other interests. It is obvious to me, based on at least the words, that the Ayatollah will go to the very, very end. And when you're a guy, an ideologue, an idol worshiper, willing to go to the very, very end, there's nothing you won't do at the very, very end. There is nothing, there is no bomb you won't send, there is no bullet you won't fire, nothing. They call it going out in a blaze of glory for a reason. So with that, if indeed the bunker busters go, if they are dropped by the United States via the B-2 Spirit onto these facilities, I would expect that Iran will respond with basically everything else they've got. I'm not saying that will do much damage. I'm not saying it couldn't do tremendous damage. I'm just saying what I expect if we do. Do I think it's going to happen? I think Trump is absolutely inclined to do it. And his argument is, I tried to make a deal. Now, that argument may not satisfy some people, but that's going to be his argument. The question has always been, and we discussed it here months ago, I took heat for it months ago. How does MAGAville respond? And I'm not talking about the Tuckers or other talking heads on social or any place else. I don't care about what MSNBC says. If leftists are going to tell me that Trump's bringing us to the brink of war, but in the first term when Trump did not engage a bombing of Iran for their drone attack on the oil field in Saudi Arabia, and they were mad about that. These people, it doesn't matter. If Trump said his favorite color was blue, the Democrats would change the color of their party. It doesn't matter what he says. They are Pavlovian in their response. So pay them no mind. Where is MAGAville in terms of the voter if this should take place? That is interesting. I would argue off the top, just you and me sitting in a bar stool, that the vast majority of MAGAville is going to stay with him. We're about to find out what kind of real audience, in terms of loyalty audience, the Tucker crowd has. I said yesterday, clear as day, I have zero issue with dropping bunker busters. Zero. Because we're talking about destroying these facilities. And no rational person thinks Iran should get a nuclear weapon. And you have to end this so we can stop talking about it after 2 decades, for the love of God. But regime change is not what I'm after, and I'm not interested. I don't want the Ayatollah, but that's up to the Iranian people. And I'd like to hear a little bit more about that from the president and from J.D. Vance. It's the people that have to make this change in Iran. Israel has been kind of saying, hey, now's your moment. I think we should be doing the same, because that's about us, not being the people who walk in the door with boots on the ground. I have zero interest in that. And I'd be pretty upset if it happens. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Look at the northbound 65. It is slow. Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That's road construction. By the way, the other direction, southbound 65 from the south split to 465. That's going to close for the weekend, okay? The closure begins Friday night at 9 p.m., and then everything reopens at 6 a.m. Monday morning. So this is a full closure going down, weather permitting, of course. Weather has to cooperate, beginning Friday night southbound 65 from the south split down to 465. So circle it on your calendar. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
One of our loyal listeners fought the law, and they won.
We'll tell you all about it Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
A new car, a new truck. That means Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. You should go say hello right now. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Chris and Laura, Michelle, the whole team that is out there. Say hello from me, and then get employee pricing on the F-150s, on the Super Duties, on the Ford Explorers, and the Ford Expeditions. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, the inventory is marked with employee pricing, so you pay what they pay. Your favorite trucks and SUVs right there at Andy Moore Ford, and you can get more to your door. Simply purchase your vehicle online. So easy to do, and they'll deliver it to you directly. You never have to leave the house. And if you're looking to sell or trade your current vehicle, this is right now. What are you doing? Why are you wasting time? They will pay you top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from them. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Fantastic people. You're going to love working with them. I've bought cars from Andy Moore Ford. You will as well. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Online at andymoreford.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R, andymoreford.com.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
Call 1-855-RoofMax for a free roof inspection. 855-RoofMax.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
The bombing continues in the Middle East. Your radar is clear on Monument Circle, where it's 72 degrees, going up to 85. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. At least 24 people are dead in Israel as Iran and Israel continue trading missile strikes.
There were two separate attacks that came just after midnight local time. That caused people here in Tel Aviv in particular to scramble for the bomb shelters. The missile defense systems did their jobs. Multiple explosions in the skies over Tel Aviv. Several missiles did reach the ground. A parking lot was hit. No reports of injury.
That's Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Israeli warplanes were active last night. The IDF says some 50 fighter jets took to the air and hit some 20 targets in Iran overnight. The targets include sites that produce raw materials and components for missiles. Israel sent warnings into southwest Tehran for people to evacuate before targets were struck there.
And the question still stands, will the U.S. launch airstrikes on Iran?
President Trump has distanced himself from the attacks so far, but hinted at greater involvement. The Pentagon has also sent more warplanes to the region. Speaking to the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, top Iranian diplomat Ali Bahraini warning his country would respond to direct U.S. involvement. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
And Tom Cruise is finally getting his Oscar. Here's Fox's Michelle Polino.
35 years after his first nomination, Tom Cruise is finally getting an Oscar, an honorary one. He'll be joined by choreographer Debbie Allen and production designer Wynn Thomas at this year's Governor Awards. Dolly Parton will receive the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award for her charitable work in literacy and education. The 62-year-old Cruise has been nominated 4 times, but never won. Academy President Janet Yang praised his incredible commitment to our filmmaking community. Allen has been the choreographer for 7 Oscar ceremonies, and Thomas is known for his work with Spike Lee and On a Beautiful Mind. Parton, a 2-time song nominee, is being honored for her decades of philanthropy. The awards will be presented in November. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Indianapolis-based drug maker Eli Lilly and Company said Tuesday it is acquiring Boston-based Verve Therapeutics, a NASDAQ-traded company focused on genetic medicines for cardiovascular disease, in a deal worth up to $1.3 billion. Verve is focused on genetic medicines, which in many cases need to be taken by patients just one time. It took years of planning, but ground was broken late last week on a 253-room Westin hotel at Indianapolis International Airport. Airport Executive Director Mario Rodriguez says the $205 million project will provide the city and the state with a grand front door.
This is going to be a Westin hotel. It's going to be a high-end hotel. But what else would Indiana and Indianapolis expect of us? You know, it merges very well with the terminal, so the entrance to the city and the entrance to the state is going to be a grand entrance.
Indianapolis-based Herff Jones has unveiled plans for an $8 million investment expected to create about 40 jobs. The project will include a new distribution facility, an investment in advanced printing technology, and upgrades to its headquarters on the city's northwest side. Purdue University and White Lodging have deepened their long-standing hospitality partnership with the opening of Boiler House Prime, a high-end classic American steakhouse located in the new Pete Dye Clubhouse on the Burke Boilermaker Golf Complex on the West Lafayette campus. The university says it will further position West Lafayette as one of America's premier college town destinations. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar. Because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care, and deliveries keep moving. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
In Southeast Indiana, a new 88-room Home 2 Suites by Hilton Hotel is expected to open in Greendale by the end of 2026. It's part of a $16.8 million investment in the city. Greendale Mayor Vince Carstetter says Greendale's growing attractions, from snow skiing to dirt track racing to live music, are increasing demand for lodging. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, south side, northbound 65 now, slow from South Keystone Avenue into the North Split because of construction, delayed by 3 minutes as you creep up to the city center from the south side. And Fishers looks good this morning. Hello, Fishers, inbound 69, no trouble. State Road 37 to 465. Coming down from Lebanon, southbound 65, wide open for Boone County as you make your way from State Road 32 to the Dogleg 865. Nothing to impede you here so far. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. Sports, we can do that. Ryan Hedrick, what's going on?
Tony, good morning. Game 6 of the NBA Finals tips off tomorrow here in Indy with the Pacers fighting to keep their season alive. The Oklahoma City Thunder up 3-2. Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton has a strained calf, but after Sunday's game, he made it clear he's not backing down.
I want to be out there to compete. I was not great tonight by any means, but, it's not really a thought of mine to not play here.
And Halliburton will get an MRI. He scored 4 points in 34 minutes, really labored Sunday. Game 6, Thursday, 8:30. The Indiana Fever blew out the Connecticut Sun, but that wasn't the story. Head coach Stephanie White talking about 6 technicals, 3 ejections, and a cheap shot on Caitlin Clark.
I think it was pretty obvious that stuff was brewing when the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. It's not just this game, it's been happening all season long.
And the Fever clinched the Commissioner's Cup spot with a 4-1 record. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
At the IHSAA, we love when student athletes understand the real purpose of playing high school sports, like McKenna Cruz from Greenwood Community High School.
I love competing for my high school, but I don't play for accolades, records, or to earn college scholarships. For me, it's about more than winning, playing time, or trophies. I play high school sports because they help me grow alongside my friends, develop character and integrity, and learn life lessons I'll carry with me forever. Soccer reminds me of the power of teamwork and how we can help each other succeed. Track teaches me to focus on the things I can control and not worry about outside noise. High school sports show me the value of discipline, grit, and representing my community with dignity. They prepare me for life, and that's why I play.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support student athletes like McKenna by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is empowering student athletes. This is your IHSAA.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Pierce Jewelers is the best family-owned jewelry store in Carmel. All jewelry and watch repair, appraisals, and custom design are done in-house. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
It is obvious to all of us who live in Indiana that the WNBA does not care about Caitlin Clark at all. Is it just flat out resentment at this stage of the game? They don't like her. They can't believe she's there. They can't believe that everybody shows up just to see her. They can't take it because the fouls on Caitlin Clark are nuts. We're not talking about hard play. We're talking about insanity. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. Last night, the Fever beat the Connecticut Sun. That was, 88-71. And you get this push on Caitlin Clark that sends her to the ground. First, she got poked in the eye. And then someone's trying to give her grief about that. She pushes them away, and then somebody else from behind pushes her to the ground. Wasn't a flagrant. Was not a flagrant foul. It was a technical. Wasn't a flagrant. Then you see Sophie Cunningham of the Fever. One of the Sun players is heading to the basket. I thought it was a shoulder into Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham grabs her, throws her to the ground. This girl gets up, the woman gets up and wants to get tough, and Sophie Cunningham is right there. I'm telling you right now, Indiana Pacers, play like Sophie Cunningham. Just get that. Honestly, people are already showing up to see the Fever. I mean, we have the premier team in the WNBA. Of this, there is no question. But that's the kind of attitude you want. Just it's all out there. Go for it on every single level. If that's the way you're going to play the Fever are going to respond, or at least I think that they should. But dear Lord, does the WNBA not care? It's very odd and it's very strange. Do I think there should be special rules for Caitlin Clark? No. Do I think the rules should be put in place that exist? Yes. Not calling the flagrant? Weird. And not recognizing that when she doesn't play, when Caitlin Clark doesn't play, nobody's watching. They still haven't built other stars. Wait, I take that back. They did, and the Indiana Fever has them all. They've got everybody. The entire squad up and down the line. It's the Indiana Fever, and then there are some other teams. Good Lord. The WNBA needs to do much better. I mean, if they want her career to be, like 3 years and okay, I'm done, they can get that. And then there are the people who are very rightfully saying, why does she stick around? Quit. Go start your own league. People will follow. What? That's not possible? It's 2025, people. It's all possible. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Power is essential, and Generator Supercenter has got you covered with the Generac automatic standby generator. Here's how it works. You talk to Generator Supercenter. They're right there at 96 and 69. You can check out the showroom because different Generac automatic standby generators do different things, provide for different needs. You talk to them about your need and then let Generator Supercenter come to your home and show you how it's going to all lay out, how you're going to be able to handle that bad storm where the power goes out, how you're going to handle ice on the power lines where the power goes out, or if just the grid goes down. Generator Supercenter is the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. Call today for a free estimate. Find out how easy it is to work with Generator Supercenter. They've got financing available with low monthly payments. Generator Supercenter, 317-827-0808. 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-827-0808.
Bit of a kick in the you-know-what.
Matherin, who can't finish in traffic. Halliburton missed a three. Pacers down 9. McConnell, he scored on the last 2 possessions. Make it 3 in a row. Nembhard on lows, misses a 3. The lead is now back up to 16 after the Pacers had cut it to 2. The final score is the Oklahoma City Thunder, 120. Pacers, 109.
Game 6 of the NBA Finals at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Thursday night starting at 8 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Trump country is booming. We're building, hiring, and winning in Indiana because energy tax credits put America first, bringing manufacturing jobs home and creating a stronger middle class.
Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country. More production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers.
And America's comeback depends on American energy. Senator Young, keep what works. Don't repeal energy tax credits. Paid for by Built for America.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic from 465 up to the south split. That's because of road construction as they widen I-65, adding a travel lane, and these lane restrictions could be in place until the end of next year. It's going to be a long time, we know that. Right now, we do have a slowdown from 465 up to the south split and a delay of 3 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create the glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
Guys, in celebration of Father's Day, Low T Center is offering free T-tests and weight loss consultations for a limited time only. Book your free consultation and T-test from now until June 21st and get a free B12 shot for an extra boost of energy.
Give dad or yourself the gift of a new start this Father's Day. Book now at FixMyLowT.com. FixMyLowT.com.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations. And choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
The governor, Mike Braun, scheduled to be with us at 7:15. You should stick around for that. I have questions. He may or may not have answers. I don't expect it to be contentious. We will find out. I know that a lot of people are focused on this contentious interview that happened. I guess it was contentious between Senator Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson.
How many people live in Iran, by the way? I don't know the population. At all? No, I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay. Yeah. How could you not know that? I don't sit around memorizing population tables. Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government. Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant? Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay,
it's not even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the one who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
Yeah. So that's happening. I will admit that in a world of gotchas, that is one of the weaker ones I've ever heard. What's the population? What is the ethnic mix? By the way, Ted Cruz started going through Persians, Shia. I mean, he started working his way through it. But no, that wasn't enough. If he had said, I think there's 70 million people in Iran. Oh, no, it's 92 million. It doesn't change anything about the Ayatollah. Doesn't change anything about the sponsoring of terrorism. And since we're talking about not toppling a nation, we're not talking about invasion. We shouldn't be talking about invasion. We should, however, be talking about how life would be better for the Iranians if the Ayatollah wasn't there. At least give them a chance. And that's up to them to do. So not only did Tucker play the gotcha, he decided that he knew Ted Cruz's position as opposed to listening to what the position might be and then going from there. Ted Cruz has responded by saying, okay, you're about to see the whole interview, not just the snippet. And man, it does not get good for Tucker. So everybody's hyping up this interview now. We'll get the clips. I don't know if we'll end up seeing the whole thing right there. Blue collar wages are up. This is what the Trump administration is saying. They're saying that the gains made by blue collar workers has risen at an annual rate of 1.7% in the past 5 months. It's the largest increase in pay for blue collar workers under any administration going back to 1968. And so their argument is, see? Huh? Basically, Trump saw those numbers and he looked at his team and he went, huh? I'm happy to see the increase. Does the increase come from a tariff conversation? I don't know. Does it come from the removal of illegal immigrants? This has been a big story. You remove the illegal immigrants and wages have gone up. Because if people are hiring illegal immigrants, they're undercutting what we have here as a system. They're undercutting in every way. They're trying to gain a competitive advantage by breaking the law. And somehow we have this idea that some people shouldn't be gone after, which again, I turn back to President Trump and say, no. You break the law, you deal with that. And that includes those people who have farms and those people who have hotels and restaurants. All legal immigrants are equal, but some are more equal than others. I'm not playing an Animal Farm game with this. If they violated the law, they violated the law. As for wages being up, I don't know, am I supposed to be bothered by such a thing? Is there something coming on the other side that shows a problem because this has happened? There's always somebody to say that. I'm glad people are getting paid more. And yes, I'd be glad if illegal immigrants were getting paid less. Because if you're here legally, you shouldn't be here. I'm sorry. I have zero tolerance policy on the subject. I'm not saying that every illegal immigrant is a bad person. I'm saying it starts in a place that is simply untenable. Illegal is illegal is illegal. Love is love is love. Wait, those two things, somehow that doesn't correlate? Huh, Who knew? Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northbound 65, slow 465 up to the south split because of road construction. And a delay right now, 3 minutes. A reminder, westbound Washington Street closed from North White River Parkway west to Belmont Avenue. That's for Blue Line construction, and that should be done sometime in December. We're looking at a 6-month closure on West Washington Street. Again, westbound direction only there on Washington. Inbound 69 tightens up 96th Street, 282nd. Not too bad. Yeah, we'll let you know when things change. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Are you dealing with foot, knee, hip, or back pain? Well, it sounds like you could use a spring in your step. Hi, this is Phoebe with the Good Feet store, and I've got just the thing to help you spring forward into comfort. Good Feet's unique, patented 3-step arch support system is designed to reduce pressure on your joints to keep you feeling energized all day long, even when you're running on an hour's less sleep. With less pressure on your joints, you'll also experience less pain and discomfort too. When you visit the Good Feet store, we'll take time with you to figure out what you need on your free personalized fitting. You can also take all the time you need to walk in-store to feel the Good Feet difference personalized for your feet, your shoes, and your lifestyle. Most of our customers say they feel relief immediately, and you can too. Make your appointment today at goodfeet.com. Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options and spring into comfort at the Good Feet store. Come in today for your free personalized fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Visit goodfeet.com to find the location nearest to you.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
JMV here. The summer sales continue to heat up at Miss M's Home and Garden. Shop the great selection of high-quality trees and shrubs and save more when you buy more. Now when you buy 2, you save 10%. Buy 4, you save 20%. And get this, buy 6 or more trees or shrubs, and you save 30%. If you're looking to redo the landscape or add color, now is the time to buy. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. MissMsHomeandGarden.com.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, the chances that you will see tornadoes tonight. What happened at an Indianapolis public meeting last night, what a city councilor is saying. And John Herrick reports on new degree programs at IU. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
Iran's supreme leader speaks out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, saying Israel made a huge mistake and will be punished for it as the attacks continue.
The Israeli warplanes were active last night. The IDF says 50 fighter jets hit the skies and hit some 20 targets in Iran overnight. We just heard from the IDF. Some of the targets included sites that produce raw materials and components for missiles and missile launchers.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv, which Iran targeted again with more missiles.
There were 2 separate attacks that came just after midnight, some 30 separate launches from Iran. The missile defense systems did their sights. There were multiple interceptions in the skies over Tel Aviv last night. Some of the missiles did reach the ground. There was one parking lot that was set on fire.
But no reports yet of casualties. Will the U.S. get involved to help take out Iran's nuclear program, feared to be building weapons? Iran warns that would lead to all-out war in the region.
President Trump says he's not interested in a ceasefire. He wants Iran's unconditional surrender. Trump met with his national security team at the Situation Room in the White House yesterday. Options were presented. It's not clear if any final decisions were made.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. More death in Gaza. Palestinian officials claim an Israeli attack killed at least 51 people as people were gathered waiting for new food shipments, more than 200 injured. TikTok isn't going away anytime soon. President Trump plans another 90-day extension this week to a deadline set by law for TikTok to cut ties to its Chinese parent company over concerns China manipulates TikTok content and can do surveillance on millions of Americans' TikTok users. Now to Miami. They celebrated last night another championship on ice.
The Panthers go back-to-back. The Stanley Cup will remain here in South Florida.
The call on TNT after the Panthers won the Cup again, beating the Edmonton Oilers again. Florida topped Edmonton 5-1 in Game 6 of the final. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
There's some rough weather moving in. Your radar is clear right now in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 72 degrees. Your high today, 84. There's a long line of showers to the west of Indianapolis. First round expected here in Indy before 8. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
And then we've got another round of storms possible this afternoon. And those storms could be more in the severe category, mainly with severe damaging winds.
That's Casey Fuson at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
Could see some hail. Can't rule out a tornado somewhere in the Ohio Valley, Greater Lakes region. And then locally heavy rain will also be possible.
And she says tornadoes are possible as well, with the severe threat sticking around through tonight. Make it 4 city county councilors now calling for Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to quit.
Councilwoman Krista Carlino, who serves as chair of the council's investigative committee, is calling on Mayor Joe Hogsett to resign.
Tonight in this setting, I am calling for the resignation of Mayor Joe Hogsett.
She made that announcement during an admin and finance committee meeting Tuesday night. Councilwoman Carlino joins 2 other Democrats and 1 Republican backing Hogsett to step down for his handling of allegations of sexual harassment against his former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. Carlino also said City County Council President Bob Osley and Vice President Allie Brown should resign. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A strained calf, that's what may be keeping Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton from playing in NBA Finals Game 6, but that's to be determined as he has an MRI. He aggravated that injury in the Game 5 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pacers are down 3-2. They fight for their season tomorrow here in Indianapolis. Tip-off at 8:30. A 4-day trial ends with the man from Greenfield being convicted of child molestation. Here's Chris Davis.
Jericho Johnson has been stopped.
More than 10 children in all came forward saying he molested them while he worked with the YMCA and Shining Stars Academy. His arrest was in February of 2024 when 2 kids with whom he worked at the YMCA came forward and told about what had been happening. Johnson denied the claims at first, but as more children came forward, he admitted to cops that he had sexual desires involving kids. Sentencing is July 18th. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana University says they've approved 7 new degrees.
But even though they've been approved by the Board of Trustees, they're still awaiting final approval from the Commission for Higher Education. I'm John Herrick. Their plan, though, is to offer Bachelor of Science degrees in biomedical sciences, computer engineering, and more. They also want to offer a Master of Science in Media Leadership and Business. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices all over the place in Indianapolis, but the cheapest gas is being sold on the west side of Indy, where you could get it for about $2.90 this morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 65 running slow on the south side from South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road construction. That widening of I-65 that's going to take until the end of next year. And then the clear path construction zone on the northeast side looks pretty good right now. I mean, we're moving, we should from East 56 up to Allisonville Road and no trouble on inbound 69. Have yourself a safe Wednesday morning. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got some showers and thunderstorms moving across the state right now. Those are not severe, but you're seeing some lightning, hearing some thunder, and seeing some very heavy rainfall. I think today we'll look for partly cloudy skies. Showers and thunderstorms, more storms develop later this afternoon, and some of those could be on the stronger side. All severe weather modes in play. Those will continue late in the afternoon into the evening with highs near 86. It's going to be incredibly humid as well. So scattered showers and storms come to an end later tonight, 67 overnight. A few morning showers on Thursday, but better weather for the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, lower humidity with highs near 81. And then we ramp back up the heat and humidity, mid-80s on Friday and 90s heading into the weekend.
That's Tara Hastings with a very hot forecast.
Yes.
Not in a good way.
No. And muggy.
Not that kind of hot.
No.
Not talking about Tara Hastings, Tony Katz kind of hot. I'm talking about June Arsutis, Nigel kind of hot.
That. Yes.
It's not the same kind of hot, people.
No, it's not. Totally different. Yep. That's a good analogy.
Right. Some hot gets you in the club. Some hot has you outside trying to get into the club. Which one do you want to be?
Exactly. I want to get into the club. Yeah.
Gotta be Tara Hastings, Tony Katz hot.
Yep.
That's what you need to be. That's it right
I like
there.
it.
I'm not even lying. Just said that the way it needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you. Appreciate it. 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:08.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
So yes, there is another member of the Indianapolis City County Council calling on Joe Hogsett to resign. Krista Carlino in this case. Me, I'm Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I have certainly issues with Councilor Carlino and conversations regarding the police and boards to oversee their work. If I can get agreement on this one subject, I'll take it, and I invite the counselor to call in and explain her thoughts as to why now. I mean, the stuff has been out for a while. Is there something that took place that moved her not only to call for the resignation of Joe Hogsett, for allowing sexual impropriety to take place on his watch, for rehiring Thomas Carl Cook, who was guilty of it by every measure, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and what Hogsett did himself with his own inappropriate text messages, as I would view it and others would view it, to female staffers, which he claims did not cross the line. I don't know. I don't know if we all feel the same way. But why now? And also to ask for the resignation of the council president, Bob Bosley, and Vice President Allie Brown from their leadership posts, which is an interesting maneuver, not to walk away, but just from the leadership. As the IBJ writes, Taylor Wooten reporting, her comments seem to, quote, imply that Osley and Brown were involved in determining the scope of the investigation. So are you accusing, however you want to say the word, that Allie Brown and Bob Bosley understood that these women were saying that even Joe Hogsett was texting them inappropriately, and that they steered the law firm out of Chicago not to include that information in the report or to play down their concerns? That's an allegation. And I want to make sure that, would you agree with the assessment of the Indianapolis Business Journal, the IBJ, IBJ.com? So we invite you on, Counselor Carlino. We would like to hear more about this. But if we're going to have people resign, that should also include Jesse Brown. And how the Republicans have not come out on this stronger. All of them. We only have one. And I've been remiss. A counselor did reach out to me. I wasn't able to get back to them. I will try and make sure I connect with them today. They should have been all over this from the very beginning. I don't know why there is the delay, to be honest. It doesn't connect with me well. But they may have their reasons, and I want to hear it. Jesse Brown should be gone, too. Indianapolis deserves better than a communist, and it deserves better by far than Joe Hogsett, who's failed this city way too many times. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Jim Schrader, IT Director for Lakota and SMC Trailers and Viaggio Pontoon Boats, has a solid reason for selecting Applied Innovation.
With companies, the bottom line comes to dollars and cents. It really does. And when we consolidated all our printing needs with Applied, we got rid of all these onesies, twosies desktops that we were having to take care of and got the big MFPs and strategically placed them.
And with the Applied Innovation Printing Solution,
we're saving about $25,000 a year between the three companies by doing that. And of course, everybody's like, oh, well, what if I need to print privately or this or that? You know, they've helped me set up private print, direct print, coded print, all that stuff.
You're sold on Applied Innovation.
If you're looking for great service, attentiveness, and a fantastic product, Applied is the place to go. Applied is Johnny on the spot, literally.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Tony Katz here for Premier Arms in Brownsburg. This is your premier gun store. Premier Arms has the experience and know-how to help the new gun buyer and the most experienced marksman. They've been in business for over 20 years and have a friendly, knowledgeable staff that wants to help you, not talk down to you. Premier Arms in Brownsburg is family-friendly, so bring the kids. All ages are welcome. Everyone can find what they're looking for at Premier Arms in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street, online at premierarms.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, premierarms.com.
If you're about to replace your roof, stop. There's a solution about 80% less expensive. 9 out of 10 roofs can be saved by RoofMax. Guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. RoofMax's deep penetrating power restores flexibility and water protection. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Restore it instead with RoofMax. Call 1-855-RoofMax for a free roof inspection.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business.
Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon. Governor Mike Braun scheduled to join us in studio, and the latest on U.S. and Iran. 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's going on?
What up, Tony? Looking at northbound 65 south side slow. Raymond Street into the south split because of road construction. Then inbound 69 slows. 96th Street down to 82nd. Everything else looking pretty good right now if you're going to the airport. Indianapolis International from the downtown city center. Maybe ride sharing from the hotels. It looks good right now as you make your way westbound 70 from West Street. Maybe Meridian Street out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping at Code Radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15. I know I'm supposed to be talking, but I have to handle something. I have nothing against Governor Mike Braun. But I'm sorry, I'm going to pass on the interview right now. Right now, I did not know that Hammer and Nigel were speaking with Governor Braun this afternoon. And I think it's odd to do two interviews where we could be covering the same subject the same day. These things should be separate things. And so I just texted. He might very well be on the line. I'm not angry with the governor at all. I do the things that I do, and I do them as I do them. When you have an interview with one of us at WIBC, you don't step on anybody else's toes. We don't do that. I don't do that. I won't do that. If I have something booked, and this is for the staff, I have it booked. I have it booked, and I feel very odd right now that I was put into this position. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. This gearing up for the popcorn moment brought to you by Boer Remodeling, BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, that basement of yours. These things can look great, can feel great, can work for you and your family. You just have to call Boer, BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. And what you do is say, hey, I need a kitchen that works for my growing family or my shrinking family. I need a basement that isn't just a dumping ground, just simply can't have it and cannot and can't live like that anymore. Want something that's better that my family can actually enjoy. The 5-step design process from Boer, from start to finish, the consultation to the construction. And that's the difference. The quality of work, that they're on time, service-oriented attitude, that they stand by their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. These are the things that matter.
And that's what Boer has to offer. You should talk to them today. Get that free initial consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling, 852-5546, or online at Boer, Booher, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn, because there is more. And Carl, you're going to have, I don't mean to put this on you, Carl. Please tell the governor he was double booked, and out of respect for the station and for Hammer and Nigel, I can't. And I hope he understands. I am not angry with him. I am angry with the staff. I am not going to lie about that. You don't do that to us. It isn't like, okay, he'll do a couple interviews this day. It's not how we do things here. And it's not what I'm going to be a part of. So I'll try. Maybe it wasn't understood. Maybe you were thinking, two things at once. I like the governor. There are things we disagree about, things we agree about. The man is not afraid to have a conversation, at least with me, and I greatly appreciate it. So much different than Governor Holcomb, who would not come on, who would not answer a question, who would not speak of anything. I didn't have that problem with Mike Pence. Remember, Mitch Daniels was before my time. But if I called Mitch Daniels right now, he'd talk. So I give Braun everything in the world on that subject. And I appreciate that the team was like, hey, we're available to do something, and stayed on it, and that was solid. But you can't. I hope he's certainly not mad at me, but I'm going to show the respect for the station. This is where I live. These are my people. And I'm not about to tell Hammer and Nigel, who are already, talking about, hey, they're doing this interview. I'm not about to step on that parade. No chance. No. We could schedule another time, and I absolutely look forward to it. There is much to talk about. One at a time, please. That's how we do it here. Speaking of one at a time, Chuck Schumer wants you to know that you can't be talking about Joe Biden's cognitive decline because children are hungry.
What do you make of the Republicans holding this hearing on President Biden's cognitive abilities tomorrow and talking about the 25th?
This is the kind of coarseness that America doesn't like. And they're just unrelenting in diversionary actions. This has nothing to do with cutting Medicaid costs, cutting Medicaid help, helping clean energy, keeping hungry kids fed.
I am not opposed to keeping hungry kids fed. I'm opposed to the idea that we had somebody allegedly running the country who wasn't running the country. That's what I'm opposed to. I'm opposed to the idea that somehow we should simply look the other way when Democrats looked the other way at Joe Biden's incapacity. I think that's what's offensive. That's the problem. That's what's wrong. No, we're not going to be people who simply move down the road. Who signed the pardons? The AutoPen story? Of course it's a story. Tony, the U.S. might be joining a war against Iran. Oh, I hear you. Everything's possible. It doesn't make the AutoPen story not a story. Who signed pardons? Who signed legislation? Right? These things matter greatly. And to somehow brush it off, you do that. I want to see the Trump administration dig further into this. I want to see Pam Bondi and the Justice Department dig further into this. But we can't look at it. No, that was them. We have to do these things now.
There's a theory that the one big beautiful bill will be bad for Republicans in the midterms. Harry Enton over there at CNN said the numbers don't play favorably. That if you pass the one big beautiful bill, that it doesn't work out well, which would mean that the Democrats actually found something, if we believe Harry Enton's numbers, actually found something that might have some sticking power. They found something that might actually connect with voters. I'm not so sure that that is true. This is Harry Enton.
You know, I'm really surprised when I look at polling data. I look at it every day. But the amount of disapproval for this bill, holy cow, my goodness gracious. And, you know, you mentioned the KFF poll. We're talking about 29 points underwater on the net favorable rating. But that matches the Quinnipiac University poll from last week when it was 26 points underwater. Oh, my God, you need Greg Louganis to get that far underwater. And, I mean, we're talking about a negative 41 net favorability rating among independents in the center of the electorate. You rarely ever see pieces of legislation or proposed pieces of legislation as unpopular as this. But here you see it in two polls, 26 points underwater and 29 points underwater. No good.
Now, I wonder if people would even remember it a year from now. Of course, Democrats will bring it up, but to the larger point, has anybody polled AutoPen to see if it's unpopular or not? Legislation being unpopular could be a standard, although you don't like these numbers if you're Republicans. AutoPen? You mean there was a group of people running the country who actually weren't in charge? Keep investigating that. Keep investigating that hard. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northbound 65 slow from 465 up to the south split because of construction. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go from 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69 slow from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with a purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon. Governor Mike Braun scheduled to join us in studio, and the latest on U.S. and Iran. 93 WIBC.
You are thinking of selling your house. I get it, right? Home sales activity is good, but it's not great right now. So many homes have been properly marketed are sitting on the market. If you hire the wrong sales agent, it could cost you time and money. You want to hire the expert who maximizes equity and sells fast. The expert realtor recommended to you, Mark Dietl. Perhaps you're worried you need costly repairs or upgrades to sell your home. Mark Dietl is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. All you have to do is pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, "We found the perfect piece of land and began building our new dream home. But we needed to sell our old place at the right price to fund the dream. We hired the Mark Dietl team and got multiple offers in the first weekend. Closed in 25 days, and they negotiated for us to stay while we completed our new place. Selling was stress-free and profitable with Mark Dietl." Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold, or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietl. Call today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietl.com. That's Mark Dietl, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with Xfi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The U.S. is thinking about a military strike on Iran. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 71 degrees, but there's a long line of showers to the west of Indy. The first round expected around 8 or 8:30, a high today of 83, and severe weather is on the table. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
Fears of a wider war are growing among American officials as Israel presses the White House to intervene in its conflict with Iran.
That's Virginia Democratic Senator Tim Kaine on the Senate floor Tuesday, talking about a proposition for war power resolution focused on the conflict between Iran and Israel.
The Senate is required to take this matter up for an up or down floor vote about whether or not war should happen without a vote of Congress.
And Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the White House this morning reports that President Trump is not interested in a ceasefire in the Middle East.
He wants Iran's unconditional surrender. The commander-in-chief warned the Ayatollah on Truth Social, posting, quote, "We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least for now." And Iran's ambassador to the UN in Geneva called Trump's comments completely unwarranted and hostile. Trump met with his national security team at the Situation Room in the White House yesterday. Options were presented. It's not clear if any final decisions were made.
And a YouGov poll shows that war in the Middle East with an American intervention is extremely unpopular. A large group of Girl Scouts rescued after flash floods in Pennsylvania yesterday.
A Girl Scout day of fun turned dangerous when more than 2 inches of rain fell in just a few hours in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. The surprise onslaught of rain triggered flash flooding and stranded more than 100 Girl Scouts and volunteers in a cabin. But rescue crews arrived quickly and guided the girls through receding floodwaters using ropes, life jackets, and helmets. Allegheny police say everyone made it out safely with no injuries, and maybe that will earn the Scouts badges for bravery. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
In Indianapolis, at least 4 city-county councilors want Mayor Joe Hogsett to resign.
Tonight, in this setting, I am calling for the resignation of Mayor Joe Hogsett.
It's Councilor Krista Carlino. She was the chair of a committee that looked into sexual harassment in Hogsett's office, a committee is going to be paid $350,000 for their work that found no legal wrongdoing by Hogshead. Many Hoosier residents battle this rare disease. Johnette Cruz explains.
More than 1,700 Hoosiers battle sickle cell disease, a blood disorder, and thousands more carry the trait. It also carries a lot of complications.
Like your whole body is very painful, and it also can affect organs in our body. Sickle cell can cause a stroke and like heart attacks and stuff like that.
That's Kyle Law, who was diagnosed at 6 months old with the disease. His mother, Nicole, was also diagnosed at the age of 3, and their mission now is to educate others, especially since Sickle Cell World Day is this Thursday. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton has a strained right calf. He's getting an MRI, but the Pacers still have to deal with the fact they're down 3-2 in the NBA Finals after Monday night's 120-109 loss in Game 5. Head coach Rick Carlisle speaking about Halliburton's injury.
This is a lifetime opportunity. Not many guys are going to sit, even if they're a little banged up. Now, if you're injured, that's a different story. We'll evaluate everything with Tyrese and see how he wakes up tomorrow.
And the Pacers did trail 3-2 in the second round of last year's playoffs against New York. They won Game 6 and then Game 7 on the road. There's a little hope shot for you Pacers fans. Thursday's game starts at 8:30 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse last night.
It looked like Caitlin got hit hard, both by J.C. Sheldon and Marina Mabry there.
And the call on NBC Sports, another cheap shot on Caitlin Clark.
When the officials don't get control of the ball game, pretty obvious that there wasn't an explanation for the tech that she got.
That's head coach Stephanie White.
Can you specifically detail what you mean by get control of the game, just to be in your words?
Get control of the game is call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor. Right, and consistently call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor. Okay, not just if somebody swings and misses, right? Consistently call the fouls.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
South side, northbound 65 slow from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split because of road construction. Inbound 69 slowing down 116th Street, 282nd. Northbound 465 on the northwest side slows 86th Street, 2865. North side, good morning, Carmel. Westbound 465 stop and go from 31 over to Ditch Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen. Where
Today on the marketplace. Poo-poo. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on? During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Text my name, Tony, Tony. Text Tony to 46220. Did I say that right? Did I have the right number? Yeah, I think I've got that right. And you can get your cash, honestly. It's like a last paycheck you never got, a refund you didn't even know you were expecting, some tax return or like a bank account that closed and you're like, you didn't pick up the other dollars. It's all waiting for you at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. So on the marketplace, they have all sorts of stuff, cool stuff, odd stuff, strange stuff, interesting stuff, weird stuff. I've bought, I've sold, I've done it all. And some of it I bring to you and I share with Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center and producer Carl. They are both on the live stream as well. Do you know what the poo-poo platter is there, Matt Bear?
No, the Bloodhound Gang did a song about the poo-poo platter at the very beginning. That's all I know.
Is that right? Did they do that?
Yeah, it was.
You want to sing us a couple bars?
No,
of that?
no.
No, we'd love if you just sing a couple bars of the Bloodhound Gang.
No, this was music from like 1995, and I was a teenager and found it really funny at the time. So I don't think we want those lyrics on the internet. I'm just saying.
Let me. Oh, I'm looking it up right now.
Please don't. Please.
Oh, no. Bloodhound Gang. I don't.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I might have to hit the dump button.
Okay. I guess I can't. I guess I can't find it. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Thank you very much.
A poo-poo platter, right? Chinese cuisine, Hawaiian as well. It's basically an assortment of deliciousness. A panoply, a plethora of good stuff, and it comes on a tray, and sometimes the tray's got like different levels to it, right? And this right here is a mid-20th century Polynesian poo-poo platter, monkey pod wood.
Never been washed.
I don't know about that. I have no idea what this means. Monkey pod.
Oh,
do you?
Yeah,
monkey pox.
Not pox.
Oh.
That is different. You're gross.
No, that's...
Monkey pod wood.
Polynesian culture has no problems with the pox.
I have no idea.
This is what this is it's like the charcuterie board, kind of. You put different meats and cheeses in the different levels. Your favorite ones go on top, and the real garbage, the candy corn, goes in the bottom. That's what's happening here. It's cool.
First of all, monkey pod wood is a type of wood. I did not know this at all. I had no idea that this was actually a thing. That's kind of fascinating. You're absolutely right. That's what this is. It's got different levels. You can put different foods in there, and then you can put maybe some sauces above, and then you serve it, and the whole thing is carved in wood, and the very top of it is carved in wood a pineapple, so everybody knows you're a swinger.
Yes,
right,
sir.
Right, you're going through the layers of poo poo, and you're like, "Ooh, there's some poo poo, and there's some poo poo, and there's a hey now,"
and then it's
and then next to it is a fishbowl where you drop your keys.
Have you met my wife?
Would you like to meet more of her?
Okay. Would you like to eat all four of them? Have a little poo poo, and then. Have some swinging.
Keep taking the whole
I was just thinking. No.
No, you go.
Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with what I'm thinking here.
You keep going.
Have a little poo-poo.
That's it.
Introduce your wife. Introduce your wife. So you get all three of them.
Right.
And then
right. All of a sudden we're on the set of Big Love.
Yeah. And then we're on Big Love. And you enjoy yourself a little bit of charcuterie here out of a pineapple poo-poo platter. I mean, simple 9. That's Tuesday. It's a good time.
Guys. Hold on a second, Matt. I'm talking to everybody.
Sure.
We have broken Matt Bear.
No.
This was the thing.
I feel great.
Couldn't get over it.
I am fantastic. You know what'd be cool if you took a Chick-fil-A sauce and you dumped it in the bottom, like the best sauce is at the bottom, and you kind of proceed from there, like Miracle Whip in the middle. There's a lot of opportunity here if you wanted to buy this.
So a poo-poo platter that has just a level of Chick-fil-A sauce and Miracle Whip.
Listen, it's a jumping off point. I'm not saying that's how you end. I'm just saying that's a start. I'm trying to find something to do with this thing so we could sell this to the good people of wherever they're from. Monkey Pod Woodville.
All I know is I said this broke Matt, and now I have proof.
It's really well done. I mean, this is a wood whittler.
It is beautiful in terms of the wood carving and everything else, and the wood itself is gorgeous. It's selling for $125, Matt. Are you in or you out?
I'm so out. Who has $125 just laying around? Ooh, I'm going to go get a job.
But it's a poo-poo platter.
No.
Who has $125 laying around?
Yeah. Woo.
I don't know. People who don't work in radio.
Just in the top drawer. That's my getaway money, $125. Everybody's got it.
So it is there. And you can find this at WIBC.com. We have it listed under the marketplace. And if you could stop yourself from giggling like an uncontrollable Matt Bear and producer Carl, you can have this.
I haven't laughed once. I'm serious about this. This is Monkey Pod Wood.
You have to stop talking now.
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm not hurting anybody.
You need to go for a walk and take a stretch and breathe some fresh air. You are broken.
I know my rights.
You don't know. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Indiana summer storms, they're rolling right in, and you're not going to be climbing up on your roof every single time to check for damage. When you think you've got an issue, maybe you don't even know if you have an issue, right now is the right time to call Moss Roofing. Family owned right here in central Indiana for over 30 years. Moss Roofing gives you something hard to find, which is honest work and peace of mind. Moss Roofing offers free inspections. I'm talking about a real thorough checkup of your roof and your siding, your gutters, and your windows. If there's storm damage, they'll show you photos. They'll explain everything clearly, even work with your insurance company for you. No stress, no pressure, just real professionals doing the job right. Talk to Moss Roofing today. Protect your home. Avoid bigger problems later. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matt Bear, what do you know?
Inbound 69 slows 116th Street, 282nd. Construction delay on the south side, northbound 65 from 465 up to the south split, and that construction going on for a long time, maybe until the end of next year. It's going a long construction zone. Westbound 70 slows Shadeland Avenue into the north split. Inbound 65 stop and go from MLK to 21st, and the northwest side northbound 465 slows from 79th up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
You have to trust your financial advisors 100% and 100% of the time. I have that confidence in my fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Matt Bear here. Hey, I've talked about Trajan for a while now. I'm a client. I work with Jeff here in the downtown office, and I feel like family. No pressure, no confusing jargon, just honesty and ideas on how to put my retirement goals first. Call Trajan Wealth. Meet the team. Set your first appointment. It's free. 317-480-4040. Or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth helped me build a real plan. Very little guesswork and peace of mind. Peace of mind. It's glorious. They explained everything, gave me options, and never once tried to sell me something I didn't need. Call today and learn more. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. 317-480-4040. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
This is a severe weather alert from the Chapman Heating and Air Conditioning Storm Desk.
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Ryan Hedrick in the newsroom with some severe thunderstorm warnings. What's the latest, Ryan?
Yeah, Tony, it's impacting southern Marion County right now. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 8:15 for southwestern Hancock County in central Indiana, northwestern Shelby County, northern Johnson County, and southeastern Marion County, and of course, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, some really nasty weather moving through here. You could expect damage to roof and siding and trees. Indianapolis, Greenwood, Beech Grove, Southport, New Whiteland, New Palestine, Homecroft, and Bogstown right now impacted. Interstate 65 between mile markers 95 and 107. Interstate 74 between mile markers 93 and 105. Low-lying areas of the building most impacted, wind threats and tornadoes possible. Tony, will have more at the top of the hour. Back to you.
Thank you, Ryan Hedrick.
Mike loves summer in Indy, but he hates to paint. So he called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. And right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
She's a good girl, loves her mama.
Just take it slow and easy if you're driving through some of these storm areas. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. I mean, we are in the season for it. As Ryan Hedrick told you, this severe thunderstorm warning that came through from the National Weather Service, southwestern Hancock, this is going to run through about 8:15. This morning, southwestern Hancock, northwestern Shelby, northern Johnson, and southeastern Marion County. As Ryan noted, Indianapolis, Greenwood, Beech Grove, Southport, New Whiteland, New Palestine, Homecroft. These areas are just some of the areas that are impacted, and it's not just these rains. It's the possibility of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Of course, this is going to affect traffic, and Matt Bear will have the latest on that in just a couple of minutes. It is just our ever popular reminder that with us, moments notice, things change, and everyone's got to be as ready as they can be when the moment comes. So we'll keep bringing it to you. I'm not telling you, run for bread and milk. Just letting you know, if you're out there, if you're driving to work, it's just the kind of situation where bad things can happen. We want to make sure you're quite all right. So keep it here, WIBC, WIBC.com. Matt Bear will have the latest in just another 30 seconds on the traffic and if weather is impacting any of these things south of Monument Circle. And Ryan Hedrick will have more in the top hour of the news coming to you at 8:02. So be sure to stick around for that. I will have more on the Indianapolis City County Councilor calling for the resignation of Joe Hogsett, and for Allie Brown, the vice president of the council, and Bob Bosley, the president of the council, to step away from their positions. Allie Brown reacting with a statement that is, I don't know if Allie Brown should be a city county councilor. Oh, this is going to be a hard conversation, but that's kind of what we do, right? Hard conversations. I remember when that was important. Let's see if it still is. Right now, Matt Bear with those traffic updates as we've got this severe thunderstorm warning running through 8:15 in southwestern Hancock, northwestern Shelby County, northern Johnson County, and southeastern Marion County. Matt, what's up?
Yeah, that rain jumped on top of us, Tony, and now on the south side, we do have a crash. Eastbound 465 between Kentucky Avenue and Man Road. It's on the right shoulder, no delay at the moment, and we are grinding on northbound 65. Slow right now from Southport Road up to 465, and then stop-and-go traffic through that construction zone, South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from 38th Street, Kessler Boulevard down to 21st Street. Westbound 70 loaded from Shadeland Avenue into the north split, and also on the east side, northbound 465 slows from 70 up to Penn Pike. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from 86th Street up to 865, and coming in from Fisher, southbound 69 slow from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance.
The National Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Hancock County, northwestern Shelby County, northern Johnson County, southeastern Marion County until 8:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Beech Grove to Southport to near Greenwood, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Indianapolis, Greenwood, Beech Grove, Southport, New Whiteland, New Palestine, Holmcroft, and Bogstown. This includes the following highways: Interstate 65 between mile markers 95 and 107. Interstate 74 between mile markers 93 and 105. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Indiana: Hancock, Johnson, Marion, and Shelby.
Customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one-stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meeting cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Visit Fostech.com, F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com to find the dealer near you.
Trump country is booming. We're building, hiring, and winning in Indiana because energy tax credits put America first, bringing manufacturing jobs home and creating a stronger middle class.
Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country. More production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers.
And America's comeback depends on American energy. Senator Young, keep what works. Don't repeal energy tax credits. Paid for by Built for America.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, rough weather moving through central Indiana, what forecasters are saying about threats, what the city county councilors are saying about Mayor Joe Hogsett, and what the Indiana Pacers are saying about possibly a significant injury to one of their stars after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
Iran warns Israel and the U.S. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Supreme Leader, in a statement today, says Israel made a huge mistake attacking them and will be punished. And if the U.S. joins Israel, Ayatollah Khamenei says it'll undoubtedly result in irreparable damage for America.
Speculation's growing that President Donald Trump might help Israel destroy Iran's nuclear facilities. The Pentagon has also sent more warplanes to the region. Speaking to the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, top Iranian diplomat Ali Bahraini warning his country would respond to direct U.S. involvement.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The president's calling on Iran to surrender, but posted on Truth Social, patience is wearing thin. And Israel keeps up the attacks with more strikes today on nuclear and missile facilities.
Our mission is clear: to remove the threat at its source.
Israeli Army spokesman Effie Defrin, as Iran keeps firing back. Those are air raid sirens overnight in Tel Aviv.
People here in central Israel were sent scrambling for the bomb shelters as Iranian missiles flew in. There were two separate attacks just after midnight local time.
That's Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. He reports most of the 30 missiles were shot down. The ones that got through did not cause any casualties.
Remarkable video from the sky over Jerusalem as an Iranian missile re-enters the atmosphere and burns like a comet. Also, with that missile, no reports of injuries.
There's no curfew anymore in Los Angeles. The mayor lifted it, citing less violence and destruction of the protesting against illegal immigration raids. An appeals court has heard a challenge to President Trump's National Guard troop deployment to deal with those protests. They're celebrating another championship in Florida after the Panthers won hockey's Stanley Cup again.
This is why we become parents, to enjoy the best things in life with our children. Mwah! I love my kids. Go Panthers!
Florida repeated as champs, beating the Edmonton Oilers the second straight year, winning Game 6 last night 5-1. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Severe weather is here. It is raining in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 71 degrees, humid, 83 the high today. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now for southwestern Hancock County, northwestern Shelby County, northern Johnson County, and southeastern Marion County. The warning expires at 8:15. At 7:43, severe thunderstorms located a long line extending from Beech Grove to Southport near Greenwood, with winds gusting at 60 miles an hour. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
It'll be a line of showers and storms. We still have some questions on how numerous and how far south those are going to get. Models are kind of going back and forth between, yes, we're going to have numerous in central Indiana, or we'll have less.
Casey Fuson at the National Weather Service talking about the ever-changing severe weather threat. 2 rounds right now, round 1, round 2 later this afternoon.
There's a little bit stronger confidence that if those storms do form, that they're more likely to have some impactful weather with them. It'll be more on the numerous side for those stronger storms, and a few could even be longer lived.
And with these storms, the siding on your home could be damaged, trees can be taken down, uprooted. Interstate 65 between mile markers 95 and 107. Interstate 74 especially susceptible to these storms, tornadoes possible today. WIBC.com with more information. The list of Indianapolis City County councilors calling on the mayor to resign is growing. Jarrett Lewis has more.
Democratic Councilwoman Krista Carlino is joining 3 other council members in asking Mayor Joe Hogsett to step down. But she didn't stop there.
And furthermore, I am calling for the resignation of our council president and vice president from their roles, from their leadership posts.
Those two being Evap Osley and Allie Brown. Carlino made those statements during an admin and finance committee meeting Tuesday night. She serves as chair of the council's investigative committee and believes the mayor and council leaders shouldn't be in their current roles over how they have handled the multiple claims of sexual harassment against Hogsett's former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You probably already know that the Indiana Pacers are in a tough spot in the NBA Finals with Game 6 coming up Thursday night. Game 5 did not go well for them. They turned the ball over 23 times, which the Oklahoma City Thunder converted to 32 points.
We really got to cut down on those turnovers. The turnovers are really killing us right now, especially in that first half. So we know we can be better there. We got to be ready to go for Game 6.
And that's guard Tyrese Halliburton. He's injured. He underwent an MRI on his calf, and the Pacers have not told the public what's up with that MRI. At Gamebridge Fieldhouse last night.
Sheldon going coast to coast. And here's we got another break is here as J.C. Sheldon goes right after Sophie Cunningham. That's a hard...
What you're hearing is chaos at the Fieldhouse. Another cheap shot on Caitlin Clark as the Fever took care of the Connecticut Sun 88-71. The game featured 6 technicals and 3 ejections, and Clark got a technical for being knocked down to the ground. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Bear?
Right now, Southside rain caught us by surprise a little bit, so we have a couple of incidents here. First, eastbound 465 between Kentucky Avenue and Mann Road. That is a crash on the shoulder, and traffic backed up to Kentucky Avenue. Southside, southbound 65 between Edgewood Avenue and Thompson Road. This is after the 465 Ramsey stall, again on the shoulder. Northbound 65 stop and go through the construction. This is South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. East side westbound 70 slow from Shadeland Avenue into the north split. Northbound 465 stop and go traffic 72 Penn Pike. On the southeast side, southbound 465 grinding around I-74. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. Man, those storms came in quick. We still have that thunderstorm warning going on until 8:15 for southern Marion County, some other counties as well. What do you have for us?
Yes, we have that line moving through right now, moving into parts of Shelby County and also western sections of Hancock County. So New Pal into Sugar Creek along 74. That's where you're seeing that line of showers and thunderstorms rolling through right now. The winds may gust upwards of 60 miles per hour with this particular line of storms that's moving through. This is not the severe weather that we'll be talking about for the afternoon. We're anticipating more thunderstorms to develop. We're looking at some of these thunderstorms that could be on the stronger side, gusty winds, heavy rainfall expected later this afternoon. Timing, it looks like the storm line will develop in Illinois around 1 o'clock and then race across the state into the late afternoon and early evening hours. We'll get up to 86 degrees today. Tonight will fall to 67. Incredibly humid conditions today. We get a brief break from the humidity on Thursday. Some morning showers, partly cloudy for the afternoon with highs near 81. And then the heat is on for the weekend, 90s with feels-like temperatures into the triple digits.
You mentioned what we're seeing in the afternoon, and you were discussing that earlier, kind of see that developing, but you said racing across the state. So this is a fast-moving storm system as you see it?
Yeah, I think what we're going to see is individual thunderstorms develop west of us, and then they're going to form a line. and that line is going to move across the state. I think it'll be here in Indianapolis around the evening rush hour. So statewide, we're going to go with the time frame between about 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I know that's a very large time frame, but what we're tracking is that line that's going to form out in eastern Illinois, western Indiana, and then kind of move across Indiana. So that's what we're going to be looking at for the day today. Intense rainfall with all the high humidity we have in the atmosphere. We could see the potential for some really heavy rainfall in addition to some gusty winds too.
But the sometimes we hear about storms coming through slower, and we've got the heavy rains, and that means more possibilities for flooding. Are you saying that if it's moving with speed, are the possibilities for flooding less, or are you still concerned about it?
No, I'm still concerned about the flooding. We just have so much moisture in the atmosphere. Imagine just like a sponge, right? And because there's so much moisture, maybe just wringing out that sponge with some of these thunderstorms that are going to move through. So intense rain possible, along with, yes, some localized flooding could be possible as well.
So we're on it all day because these storms can come anytime after noon. You think these things can happen?
Yep, that's right. I think right now our computer model is suggesting that the thunderstorms develop in eastern Illinois around 1 p.m., and then that line basically moves from west to east throughout the late afternoon and early evening hours.
Tara Hastings, I appreciate it. You go back and do your work. We'll be in touch with you throughout the day. Wish TV meteorologist, appreciated. 73 degrees right now in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:10.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
We'll be keeping an eye on those storms all day. Keep it here to WIBC, WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Kendall, in case you have updates, if needed, certainly keeping an eye on what might be coming. Of course, on Tony Katz today, if things hit, we will break in with that on the WIBC side. And Hammer and Nigel will have even more updates from 3 to 7. So keep it here for everything regarding these storms that are going to be working their way through. You have City County Councilor Krista Carlino calling for the resignation of Joe Hogsett and wants Allie Brown as vice president of the council and Bob Bosley as president of the council removed from their positions. I would assume because of what happened with this investigation into Joe Hogsett and whether or not the investigation was thorough, and whether or not some things were covered up about these women who claim that even Joe Hogsett was engaged in inappropriate texting, like Thomas Carl Cook, his former chief of staff, former deputy mayor, who was not only involved in inappropriate texting, but inappropriate relations with female staffers, people who were under him, who were his subordinates. Allie Brown, so she is, Councilor Carlino is the fourth member of the City County Council to do this. You have 2 Democrats, 1 Republican, 1 communist. His own admission, I don't ask me to have any respect for Jesse Brown. There's none to be had. He's entitled to an opinion. I'm entitled to discuss how gross that opinion is for an elected official in Indianapolis. It's shameful, and of course he should resign, as I see it, supporting Hamas. Never mind Democratic Socialists, communists, just be honest. That's all I ever asked. Allie Brown is not happy and put out a statement about Councilor Krista Carlino, saying that Councilor Krista Carlino knows full well that I had no involvement in defining the scope of the investigative committee. She is also fully aware of why I did not participate in the committee she chaired or in shaping the contract for the investigation. I confided in my caucus colleagues that this situation triggered severe trauma, including flashbacks to the night I was assaulted at 18 years old in a freezing back alley. I spent years in therapy, including certain treatments, just to survive what happened to me. Now Krista is weaponizing that trauma for her own political gain. It's disgraceful. Councilor Brown, I wouldn't wish anything happening to you or anybody else, but I don't think this is an acceptable statement from you. I think this is actually offensive from you, making the argument that she's doing this for her political gain and weaponizing your trauma. Sorry, that is an obscenity. We're going to stick to the subject at hand here. And if you want to say that you had no involvement, that's fine. If you want to say that she's weaponizing, that is your emotion, because I don't think you have the facts. But if you have them, I'll look at them. It's an ugly statement. Really ugly statement to make right there. There isn't just madness. There are good things happening in the state of Indiana. I will bring them to you. The children might very well be the future, guys. Might very well be the future indeed. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You need to keep cool. Masters Heating and Cooling is going to help you do it. And as you heard, we've got hot temperatures coming. Hot temperatures coming indeed. And you need to make sure your HVAC system is ready to go. David, the general manager, and the team at Masters Heating and Cooling are the people to make sure it's all set up. You need a new system? Masters Heating and Cooling, they've got you covered. You need just service. Masters Heating and Cooling has got you covered. They do work for me. Let them do work for you. They've got flexible financing options on those new systems. And Masters has 24-hour emergency services available to you right now. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com. Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony, those storms that move through southern Marion County and northern Johnson County, we are looking at some power outages, over 3,000 AES customers without power. And I tell you, that's what you watch out for. Traffic lights that aren't working right now. You may pull up to an intersection where the lights aren't working. And then you have to take turns. You have to share the intersection one at a time, please. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic from South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of construction. It is a crash on the southwest side, eastbound 465 between Kentucky Avenue and Man Road that blocks the right lane, causing a grind back to Kentucky Avenue. Northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go 86th Street to 865. And on the east side, northbound 465, slow from 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
73 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month. Or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
This is Pastor Nathan from Life Church. Let's remember Juneteenth, a delayed freedom, but undeniable triumph. On June 19, 1865, news finally reached Galveston. The enslaved were free. Today we remember all men are created equal, and we strive towards liberty and justice for all. As believers, we know that true freedom comes from Christ, who breaks chains and heals hearts. Let us walk in that light, committed to justice, freedom, and love.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024
Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Has responded to President Trump by saying, "Yeah, that unconditional surrender thing, we ain't doing that. That's just not going to be happening." Yeah, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, if you keep this up, we're going to be so mad. Strikes still continue in Israel from Iranian ballistic missiles. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Will we see the United States get involved? Will we see bunker busters dropped? Will it be more than that? Will it be less than that? Is it diplomatic Trump we might see in an address to the nation, which was rumored to have happened last night? It did not. They called the full lid there at the White House at like 7 p.m. Will we hear something today? We're waiting for it. It's possible. Is it going to happen tonight? We don't know. I've said before, I'm fine with the bunker busters. It is up to the Iranian people to depose the Ayatollah. That's got to be on them. And if it's not now, I just don't know if it's ever going to be ever. Life is better without Islamists in charge. I have no fear of saying such a thing. But I don't think that could be us. I think that has to be them. There is a lot of madness out there. There's also a lot of interesting. There is Innovate Within, the state finals happening at Butler University. That taking place. Don Wettrick joins me right now, CEO and co-founder of the Started Up Foundation, which is a nonprofit focused on encouraging students into the world of entrepreneurship. You guys do this every year. You're trying to not only identify students interested in entrepreneurship, you're trying to teach the very concept to students all around the state. Talk to me about Started Up. Talk to me about what we're going to be seeing there with the state finals at Butler University.
Yeah, thanks, Tony, for having me on. I guess the first principle that we're trying to teach students is see a problem as an opportunity. We didn't want to make a business competition for the sake of one. We wanted to have our students have the mindset of, yeah, scan your world. Tell me what you don't like. What needs to be improved? What needs to change? What do you see a gap in the market? And so we do a call out at the beginning of the school year, and a lot of students try and fail and make pivots. And then towards the end, there's this competition, and it's worked its way from a couple of thousand all the way down to the top 10 teams, which you're going to see at Friday at Clues Memorial Hall at Butler. And it'll exceed your expectations, Tony.
So the students they're high school students. They're from just central Indiana or all around the state?
No, from everything from Evansville to Fort Wayne.
So around the state, we'll go with that one. And what are they bringing? Are they bringing pitches for ideas? Are they bringing proof of concept? What is it that you see?
Many of them already have, at minimum, working prototypes. And I'm glad you asked that, because in the last couple of years, the success has been otherworldly. Actually, last year's winners got accepted into Y Combinator. We had a couple of students already get into Forbes 30 under 30. So this is no longer I have a vague idea competition. This is I have, at the minimum, a working concept, or at least a prototype, where they've already gotten a lot of feedback. So it's like I said, it'll exceed people's expectations. And that's why I'm really encouraging parents. If you have high school, middle school, grade school kids, come out to Clues. Every year we get people saying that was better than I ever imagined. And that's why we're excited that we're at Clues this year. We got a huge auditorium, and we want to fill it.
Talking to Don Wettrick of the Started Up Foundation, startedupfoundation.org. You've got the Innovate Within State Finals taking place Butler University. That is Friday, June 20th from 9 to 3, a chance to expose your kids to the concepts of entrepreneurship. You've been doing this for a while, and every generation is different, and I have a very different thought about Gen Z than I do about millennials. I've discussed it here before, not trying to paint your words. I want yours to be yours. My faith in Gen Z is pretty solid. They do seem to have an entrepreneurial spirit. They seem to be a little more focused on what they can control versus lamenting what is out of their control, a way I differentiate between millennials and Gen Z in broad strokes. What do you see in this generation?
Exact same. This is the generation that has said, well, I'll figure it out. There's a tutorial for everything on YouTube. And, you know, while we like to snicker and say everybody wants to be an influencer, I will say that the content that they've consumed, a lot of these students, is they've learned how to do it. And quite frankly, what we're the most proud of, we have a network of teachers all over the state where they give time to their students to say, okay, what do you got? And then the most impressive thing is no one really realized how big the teacher network is. In a time we're saying, well, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Teachers know more people than anybody. So our educators reach out to people and say, hey, I've got some students here that really need real feedback, or they need to, you know, maybe get a provisional patent. Can you help them out with that? And I think that network is enabling and really empowering this generation. And I totally agree. Gen Z is the entrepreneurship generation, without a doubt. And my faith in humanity is restored, and I think that they're ready for the challenges for sure.
Don Wettrick, the Started Up Foundation, startedupfoundation.org. The Innovate Within 2025 State Finals at Butler Clues Hall. That's this Friday from 9 to 3. It's I believe it's free. Yeah. I believe that you just grab a ticket online, or you could just show up, be like, I'd like a ticket, please, and bring your kids and let them get inspired. I'm happy to see it, happy to do what we can to drive people to it and hopefully be a part of it. Don Wettrick, appreciate you taking the time to be with us. Matt Bear with the latest on the roads, dealing with that weather in southern Marion, which seems to have at least gone by for now. Might be another round coming soon. What's the latest, Matt?
Yeah, a ton of damage is done here, at least on the southwest side. It is a crash on eastbound 465 between Kentucky Avenue and Man Road. It's in the right lane, and traffic is backed up to Kentucky Avenue. So not a huge delay here, but something you should watch out for as you make your way around the southwestern loop. Northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone. Northwest side, northbound 465 slow. 86th Street up to 865, peel off east or slow to Michigan Road. Inbound 69, stop-and-go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd, delayed 4 minutes. East side, northbound 465 slows from 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
One of our loyal listeners fought the law, and they won.
We'll tell you all about it Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Now might be the right time to sell your home. Activity is good, but not great. So there are a bunch of homes improperly marketed, and therefore they're sitting on the market. Hiring the wrong sales agent will cost you time and money. You want to hire the expert who maximizes equity and sells fast. The expert realtor recommended is Mark Dietel. Maybe what you want is a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but you don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. All you have to do is pick a move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. John in Greencastle said, I just bought a home in Greencastle shortly after my son moved to Fishers, which left me an hour away from family and 45 minutes from work. A big mistake, and I felt stuck since I had been in the home less than a year. I asked the Mark Dietel team for help, and they delivered big. My home sold in 14 days for the price I needed, and so I can move closer to family. and work. You want to talk to the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel. Good guy. You're going to enjoy the conversation. Call him today, 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Applied Innovation customer Alicia Staley, office manager for McEnany Roofing, has reduced dependency on paper with a document management solution from Applied Innovation.
So it makes looking for documents pretty much effortless.
With this paperless solution and improved workflow, you recommend Applied Innovation?
Oh yes, I like to talk to a lot of different people. I'm the social butterfly, so as much as I can spread how wonderful they are, I definitely do. And I've never had such prompt customer service and care like this with any other company.
Your slogan, innovative solution since 1985, is perfect for your Applied Innovation partnership.
There's a lot of benefits. I have to say, number one, definitely a great partnership. Two, financial-wise, we have saved a lot of money by signing up with Applied Innovation.
Start your partnership and save money. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
Call 1-855-ROOFMAX for a free roof inspection. 855-ROOFMAX.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A second round of rough weather is expected. Rain and 73 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 83. The severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect has expired as storms that were over downtown have moved east. But now there are thousands of people without power on the south side of Indianapolis today, says AES Indiana. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:31.
So if you are outside, whether or not the storms are severe, lightning is definitely a very concerning hazard. If what we say is when thunder roars, go indoors. You don't want to be struck by lightning. It will not go well.
That's forecaster Casey Fuson at the National Weather Service Indianapolis talking about a second round of storms later this afternoon.
There's a little bit stronger confidence that if those storms do form, that they're more likely to have some impactful weather with them. And it'll be more on the numerous side for those stronger storms, and a few could even be longer lived.
And all threats are on the table this afternoon.
We should not be handcuffing President Trump and taking options off the table from him.
That's Representative Pat Harrigan on Fox News last night, reacting to the question about U.S. involvement in the Israel-Iran conflict.
In the eyes of our adversaries, that is the worst thing that we could do right now when actually trying to achieve a diplomatic solution.
And the president has threatened Iran's supreme leader and demanded an unconditional surrender from the country. He said they cannot have nuclear weapons. A man who worked frequently with children has been convicted of abusing many of them sexually. Here's Chris Davis.
Guilty of child molestation. Jericho Johnson of Hancock County convicted by a jury Tuesday of touching children while he worked with both the YMCA and Shining Stars Academy in Greenfield, admitting to police that he wanted to experiment with children. That's the way he put it. He was first turned in by a child at Shining Stars. However, the owner of the place failed to report that to the authorities. She was charged with failure to report but was acquitted. After that, 2 children at the YMCA turned Johnson in. Sentencing will be July 18th. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And you may have heard that Amazon Prime Day is returning in July with an expanded time frame. Here's Tanya J. Powers.
Shoppers, start your wish lists. Amazon Prime Day is coming soon, and for the first time ever, it will be 4 days long. The annual sale aimed at subscribers of Amazon Prime will run from July 8th to the 11th, and the deals will change every day. Bargain hunters will find lots of brand name products, and Amazon's in-house labels are expected to be offered at deep discounts. Think Kindles, Fire TVs, Echoes, and Ring doorbells. This year's Prime Day falls a few days after July 4th, and many retail watchers expect other stores to extend their holiday sales to compete with Amazon. Stores like Walmart and Target are expected to run competing sales. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Game 6 of the NBA Finals tomorrow right here in Indianapolis as the Pacers fight for their season against the Oklahoma City Thunder, trailing in the best-of-7 series, 3-2. Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton battling a calf injury. He said after Sunday's loss,
I want to be out there to compete. I was not great tonight by any means, but, it's not really a thought of mine to not play here.
And Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle just told 107.5 The Fan that Halliburton will have an evaluation period and probably be listed as questionable. Tomorrow's tip-off, 8:30 at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. The Indiana Fever blew out the Connecticut Sun Tuesday, 88-71 in a heated game. 6 technicals, 3 ejections, and head coach Stephanie White blamed the poor officiating.
I think it was pretty obvious that stuff was brewing when the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. It's not just this game, it's been happening all season long.
And Marina Mayberry threw a cheap shot at Caitlin Clark, who fell to the ground, but it was Clark who got a technical foul. Imagine that, the Fever clinching their spot in the Commissioner's Cup with a 4-1 record. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Ryan. Northbound 465, stop and go traffic. 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69 slows 106th Street to 82nd. And Southside construction slowdown. Edgewood Avenue to 465 on northbound 65. And again, from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at the time right now is 8:36.
How bad is it?
Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures are up 39. NASDAQ futures are up 50. Oil prices, again, up a bit. We're back to that $75 on the West Texas crude. $75.14 on the West Texas crude. $76.67 on the Brent crude. The 10-year Treasury right now, 4.365, down a touch from where it's been at those 4.5s. You have the Ayatollah still alive, saying if the United States gets involved, it will cause irreparable damage, which I believe what was said when they said if Israel does anything, this will happen, that'll happen. I'm not sure what it is that is irreparable. What was repairable before? What possibly was coming together? That's going to be Trump's argument. I offered, I asked. I asked, I offered. Let's make a deal. Let's get a deal. Let's do a deal. Let's have a deal. Nope. They just couldn't do it. Okay. Here we are. Does it mean that they have weaponry that we don't know about? Weaponry that they might deploy? I don't have an answer for that. The question is, will the United States get involved? Yes, Israel wants it. It doesn't mean they get what they want. But we're talking about the delivery of the bunker busters. These massive ordnance penetrators, MOP. A bunker buster will go 200 feet into the earth before it explodes. And it can go 60 feet into concrete. This is a 30,000-pound bomb. To deliver that, you need the B-2 Spirit. As I know it, the Israelis, I believe, have something called the Hercules. And I don't believe that can do the payload. And I don't know if that is because of size, of weight, or for the technical necessity of how you drop a bomb of this caliber. But this is not on just people. We're talking about on Fordo, which is a nuclear enrichment site built into a mountain. Natanz, another nuclear site that we know about, where there's a question about whether or not underneath was destroyed from Israeli hits. Is it necessary? Does it have to be dropped? That's the conversation that Trump and the security team have got to play out. And yes, you had Tulsi Gabbard not part of a meeting that took place on June 8th. Tulsi Gabbard being left out as a story. She's the director of national intelligence. One wonders if indeed President Trump were to drop these two bunker busters. Would it be 2? Would it be 5? I don't have an answer there. But on these sites, is she going to stick around? She's now coming to say there's no daylight between us. We will see what we will see. But as we often discuss, the world is crazy, but we don't have to be. And I know you're like, Tony, this is Wednesday, not Thursday. It doesn't matter. Actually, what's weird is we're all scheduled to have a day off tomorrow. We're all scheduled off because of Juneteenth. But I'm telling you right now, if we're going to see the United States engaged in conflict, I will be right here. But I wasn't sure, so I figure, some early music is cool by me. The Thursday music moment on a Wednesday, presented by Kill a Dent Removal, killadentremoval.com, the paintless dent removal, the hail removal, like you get all the marks from the hail, or you get hit in the supermarket parking lot. They'll come to you. Killadentremoval.com comes to you. They've got mobile dent repair, and they can take care of everything. Make your car look good as new. Kill a Dent. Really, really good people. Killadentremoval.com. The hail damage repair, the door ding repair, mobile. Coming to you, making your life easy. You're at work, they're fixing your car door. Killadentremoval.com. The world is crazy. We don't have to be. We take a moment, we take a breath, we take a beat, we play some music, and we're like, all right, now let's get back to it. That's as simple as it is. It's always been as simple as it is. And so we've got the whole list of music we picked at WIBC.com. And today, I went to 1997, but the voice sounds like it's from 1967. That's because Shirley Bassey is absolutely famous. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Bond theme songs with her voice. And her voice is one of a kind. But this was Propellerheads doing something very, very cool. So here's what you want to do. I know it's humid out. If it's not raining where you are, roll down the window. Turn up the speakers. Grab yourself a drink. I'm not here to judge. Just don't drink and drive. And enjoy it. A couple minutes of relaxation. Propellerheads with Shirley Bassey. This is history repeating. Producer Carl, hit it.
What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. The newspapers shout, a new style is growing, but it don't know if it's coming or going. There is fashion, there is fact, some is good, some is bad, and the joke is rather sad that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Yes, I've seen it before. Just little bits of history repeating. Some people will dance if they don't know who's singing. Why ask your head? It's your hips that are swinging. Life's for us to enjoy. Woman, man, girl and boy, feel the pain, feel the joy, and sidestep the little bits of history repeating. Just little bits of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Yes, I've seen it before. Just little bits of history repeating.
Told you everything's going to be okay. Just told you. Find the full list of Thursday music moments, even though it's a Wednesday, at WIBC.com. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic before Keystone Avenue into the south split, and slow down continuing through the south split. That's because of road construction. Eastbound 74 stop and go traffic heading to Shelbyville from Indianapolis, and this slowdown runs from Pleasant View Road to London Road, delayed 5 minutes. East side northbound 465 slow, 72 Penn Pike. Inbound 69 slow, 96th Street, 282nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 73 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:47. The storms that are coming through, storms like this can knock out the power. What is your plan if the power was out for an hour, a day, or longer? You should be talking to Generator Supercenter. Don't wait for the next storm or outage. Talk to Generator Supercenter today and get a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home. Generator Supercenter is the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. Get peace of mind. Find out about all the systems. You can actually check out the showroom right there where 96 meets 69, and you can see everything they have to offer. Then have Generator Supercenter come to your home and show you how the Generac automatic standby generator is going to kick on the minute the power goes out, so your family is safe and secure. You're not losing the food in the fridge. Your business is up and running. Generator Supercenter. Talk to them today. 317-827-0808. 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter. 827-0808.
Nothing better than taking the family out to a midsummer baseball game out at Victory Field. And my friends at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help deliver on some big-time savings. They're partners with the Indianapolis Indians and sponsors of their fabulous Friday night fireworks. And if you're an Indians fan and a AAA member, you get all sorts of perks. $4 off tickets to all home games, plus 10% concessions and Indians Pro Shop discounts.
Yeah, going to Victory Field, always fun. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a membership. You get discounts on hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. Join AAA today. Visit AAA.com, call 844-GO, AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
You have to trust your financial advisors 100% and 100% of the time. I have that confidence in my fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Matt Bear here. Hey, I've talked about Trajan for a while now. I'm a client. I work with Jeff here in the downtown office, and I feel like family. No pressure, no confusing jargon, just honesty and ideas on how to put my retirement goals first. Call Trajan Wealth. Meet the team. Set your first appointment. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth helped me build a real plan. Very little guesswork and peace of mind. Peace of mind. It's glorious. They explained everything, gave me options, and never once tried to sell me something I didn't need. Call today and learn more. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. 317-480-4040. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024
Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month, or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
We're not even trying anymore.
Guess who?
Come on.
Guess who?
I am a Gen X guy. Producer Carl has given up. He's quit. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl picks a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I don't need any help, chat room, today. Thank you. Daddy's got this. But just to see what he'll say, I'll phone a friend, Matt Bear. What is this television theme song?
This is the animated classic Ren and Stimpy.
That is so close. That is so close. I swear to you, I thought he was going to say St. Elsewhere.
I was going to say Metalocalypse, and I changed my mind.
And by the way, I appreciate you not ruining it for me to be able to say, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the theme to Woody Woodpecker. And that was just simply too easy. Too easy. How dare you?
We had a time constraint for this segment.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I looked at the clock and I said, we can't be working on this for a while. We've got to get going. So here's what we've got. We don't have anything regarding whether or not the United States has dropped the bunker busters on these nuclear facilities. We have rumors of a nuclear facility quite literally under Tehran, the capital of Iran. We have no movement on anything having to do with hostages, which is an interesting play that I'll get to on Tony Katz today. We have no movement on the One Big Beautiful bill. We have a city county councilor calling for the resignation of Joe Hogsett. There is a lot of moving parts going on today, and we've got storms to concern ourselves with. They're going to start about 1 o'clock and make their way through the state. We'll be keeping an eye on that, getting you updates. Be aware. If you don't have to be on the roads, maybe avoid it this afternoon. I'll have that, and of course, Hammer and Nigel starting at 3 o'clock. They've also got Governor Braun on the show today. So keep it here. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, northbound 65 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue up to the South Split because of construction. And southbound 65, we do have a crash reported around 38th Street. Looking for that on camera. We'll talk again coming up at 9:04. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best named concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
From marshmallow festivals to fire